Okay guys, before I welcome our special guest to this very special Toy Story review. A lot of you have been asking me to review Toy Story and I have really enjoyed it, but I'm not going to be doing the reviewing. Our special guest will be doing the reviewing. So everyone, round of applause and welcome Giraffeyjosh. Welcome him in. Yeah, welcome.
I'm good, thank you. How are
Yeah,
you?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine today.
Yeah, I'm very ready for this review.
How are you
I'm
doing? Are you ready for the review?
Very ready.
For this review. So, good. So, I've got a list of questions I'm going to ask you. So, I've got a list of questions I'm going to ask you for this review. So, I'm going to start off with the first one, and that is a quick sum up of what you think of Toy Story in general. Just the first three films. Let's not even start on Toy Story 4. Let's go from the first three films.
Very good question. Sum up the first three movies. Okay, so Toy Story 1 was just where everything started. That was like
Yeah, that's a good point. Very good point.
The magic started, and as a kid growing up with Toy Story 1 and just falling in love with the story and the fact of toys coming to life, and it just sparked that this could potentially be happening, and it was
Cool.
brilliant. The animation was ahead of its time, the concepts were ahead of its time, just everything was ahead of its time, and the story was perfect. Everything about that film was good. Then Toy Story 2 just pushed that along even further. Toy Story 2 was just as good as the first one.
Yeah,
Toy
that's a good
Story
point.
3
Very good
wasn't
point.
as good as any of the others. Not at all, really. But it was still a really decent film, and it did bring the franchise to a very, very good ending. Obviously, with the toys being given over
Cool.
to Bonnie, and I'll pick this up later, but this is one thing that annoyed me with Toy Story 4. It's just that it ended so nicely. Why did they have to bring it up? Why did they have to make it worse? You know, make another one. It didn't need to be made.
Yeah, that's a good point. Very good point. Okay, that is a very, very, very good point. Good summary of Toy Story. The first three, I agree with you. They were very good, and I very much enjoyed the ending to Toy Story 3 as well. So, special guest, Giraffeyjosh, my second question for you is, do you think they needed to make a fourth one? Did they need to make a fourth movie? I'll leave that one with you because, that is a bit of a full-on question, which a lot of people have been asking.
Okay, so I can pick up on that from my previous question. So
Straight away, I agree.
no, they did not need to make a fourth one, and they shouldn't have made a fourth one. Mystery Interviewer. They should not have done that. I think it was a terrible idea that they did do it, and it's just a shame because it ended such a nice rounded off trilogy into this garbage mess, which was Toy Story 4.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. That is a good point. Cool. So, yeah. Do I? Do you think I? What do I think? No, I'm not answering the questions. I'm asking the questions. If people want to see you today, not the person who runs all the stuff behind the scenes and can't get audio right in videos. So now I need to ask you the main question. What do you think of Toy Story 4?
Okay, let me just get my notes.
And I'm just going to hit you with that one. What do you think of the overall film?
Okay.
Just in general.
What I think of the film.
There could potentially be
So-
spoilers coming up, guys, so I'm going to warn you with that now.
The minute I got into the
2,
cinema,
1.
like,
What do you
I
think
looked
of Toy
forward
Story
to Toy
4?
Story 4. I looked forward to it quite a lot. It was in that hype of, this is finally Toy Story 4. It's finally happened.
Yeah, I agree, that
after
bit was good.
10 years, after 5, 6, however many years, we've got another Toy Story film. Keanu Reeves is in it. It's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah, that is
But-
a good point.
It just wasn't. The story was pointless. The whole concept of the film, it just didn't seem like there was much of a movie in there. it seemed like they dragged along the smallest and most boring idea for as long as possible, and they just stretched it out. All it was so Woody was with Bonnie. Woody gets, he's not the favourite toy anymore. He wants to be the favourite toy. Then Forky's made. Forky just comes to life for no reason, obviously because he's Bonnie's toy. And then there's the beginning of the film was quite boring. I do have to add. So obviously Forky comes to life.
Very good point.
He gives himself the task, because he's trying to fill the void from Andy. He gives himself the task to look after Forky to keep Bonnie happy. But he puts Bonnie's happiness over his own. So it's kind of one of those things that you need to make sure that you are where you want to be before you help other people, before you put other people's happiness above yours. So that was kind of the underlying sort of theme of the story. But it lacked quite a lot. And then obviously Woody got thrown out the RV and had to make their way back to the park.
Yeah, that's a good point. Very good point.
Way back to the park. Or we found Bo Peep, which is obviously his love interest in the film. And then it just got a bit boring. They were just farting around in antique stores trying to get Forky back for Bonnie, and then they had to sabotage the RV.
Cool.
And then obviously, so the animation was good. Like, let me finish the story first actually. So they introduced a couple of new characters. Oh my god, I can't even remember her name.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It was the doll, and the idea was they had to try and take Woody's voice box, because she couldn't get an owner, and it basically foretold the story that was exactly what Woody was doing, and he saw how sad it was making her, so he realised he had to stop.
Cool.
And then they finally escaped the store, but they forgot about Forky, so they had to go back in and get her. Then they rescued the bad guy as well, and then the bad guy got united with the human. So it was a very, very Pixar.
Yeah, that's a good point. Very good point.
I understand it's for children, but they didn't think about the people who watched the first one 20 years ago. So it kind of annoyed me that the story was just so cliche. As soon as we got in there, I knew what was going to happen. And the ending where Woody went, I'm now going to ditch everything I've worked for my whole life and just nod off into the circus with Bo Peep was a bit like... It was a bit obvious and it was a bit annoying, but...
Yeah, it's a good point. Very good
It
point.
was annoying. That's kind of a very quick review of the film, but I was not happy with the film. It did not do Toy Story any wonders, and it certainly did not need to be made. Sorry about that, but thank you.
Yeah, okay.
So that does make sense. So you've given us a review of Toy Story 4. So
Rate it out of
10.
Let the viewers know
Good question.
what you think it is.
Why do I keep
out
saying
of
good
10?
question after every
Because
question?
that is going to be
You're good,
the
you're doing
important
So-
part of the review. What do you think of this
Out
film?
of 10, I'm going to give it a 3. It's got to be that low just because the whole film felt like it didn't need to be made.
That's
None
low.
of it needed to
That is
happen.
low.
It was just an
Why have
annoying,
you gone
and
that
it didn't
low
do any
with
justice to
the
the Toy Story
review?
franchise.
Why is it that low?
It gave us some good characters on Disney Heroes Battle Mode, but it didn't do any good for the franchise.
Okay, fair enough. So, the getting towards the end, one of the kind of final questions are: do you recommend people actually going to watch Toy Story? Do you recommend people going to watch Toy Story 4?
Would I recommend the film?
Regardless of age, regardless of their age, what do you think? Should people go and watch it?
To anybody who loves Toy
Nope,
Story, do not
just
see
single
this
answer. Should people watch
Unless
it?
you're going with your kids, then I excuse you. But if you like Toy Story, do not see this film. It just does it bad. It just
Fair enough. Yeah, I do agree with that. I was a little bit
Actually,
annoyed
no.
with it. It just seemed a bit rushed, the whole thing. But I'm the one asking the questions. So, what did you think of Keanu Reeves' part in it mainly? Because obviously he's breathtaking. Like you're breathtaking. Keanu Reeves was insane in this film. So what is your review on this part of the film with Keanu Reeves in it?
You're breathtaking. So the bit with Keanu Reeves was cool, but very, very quickly and immediately got drowned out. I liked Duke Kaboom. He was brilliant. He was quite happy. He was quite joyful. It was a really good character, and he matched Keanu Reeves quite well, even though Keanu Reeves was just being Keanu Reeves in that. But it matched Keanu Reeves quite well. So I did like Duke Kaboom, but he got very, very boring after about 10 minutes because he just had the same mindset.
Okay, that makes sense. So, Giraffeyjosh has basically told us that he does recommend the film. It's nowhere near as good as the other three, which I do agree with. And yeah, have you got, as you're my special guest in this movie review, have you got anything you want to plug? Anything
That's no
you
problem
do?
at all. I'm very thankful for you having
Send
me on
over to the world here.
YouTube channel. Oh, have I got anything to say?
Subscribe to the channel, yep.
Like
this video, yep.
Share
this video.
and buy the merch, guys.
So buy merch, link in description, yep.
Thank you, mysterious interviewer, for having me. Yeah, thank you guys, and
So guys,
I hope that you will be
back on this channel sometime in
like
the future.
and subscribe to this channel. This was a silly little test video, guys. Yeah, it was good, So,
Toy Story 4, guys.
oh wait,
one more thing,
just to round up this video,
comment down below.
definitely missed it out on, it didn't hit the mark, guys. I did not think, why am I reviewing it again? My special guest has already done that. I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, guys. It's Giraffeyjosh signing out. I'll see you all in the next video.
Yeah, they can't hold us back, we on another level. Yeah, it's that new age, ain't it something special? Yeah, we gon' change the game, we gon' live forever. Yeah, it's that new age, it's that new age. This is the new age. Now they wanna play cause they're tryna get paid, but they can't cause they're too late. We got stacks already making it rain. They can't afford us now. Jump on a jet switching borders now. Wrote me off when I was 17, fast